Good afternoon, and welcome to the first ever Tournament of Roses virtual parade, something that we call the Rosebud Parade. My name is Bob Miller, and I'm the 2021 president of the Tournament of Roses Association. As you all know, every January 1st, the Tournament of Roses brings to the world the Rose Parade presented by Honda. So this year, given the pandemic, we thought we'd do something different. We thought we'd enlist the help of all of you to create our first ever virtual parade. And boy, you folks didn't let us down. We have over 220 homemade submissions to share with you today. So, without further ado, let me present to you the first ever Tournament of Roses virtual parade, the Rosebud Parade.
Welcome to the first ever virtual Rosebud Parade, featuring handmade floats made by you. That's right. I'm Mark Steines. I'm here at home with my family, and we are all so excited to see the spectacular floats that you created together at home. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Rosebud Parade.
Well, this is an historic first. Hi, I'm Leeza Gibbons, and on behalf of my co-host Mark Steines and all of us at the Tournament of Roses, welcome to our virtual Rosebud Parade, powered by you. I'm Leeza Gibbons here in my home and wherever you are watching. Thank you so much for being here. I think you're gonna love it. Like you, I look forward to those spectacular floats in the Rose Parade every year, but wait until you see the creativity and the ingenuity that all of you have come up with. So let's get started. These are our first entries in the Rosebud Parade. Here we go.
Here comes the KTLA-5 entry for the Tournament of Roses Rosebud Parade. The theme of the float is Summer in SoCal, and as you can see by the beach umbrellas and lounge chairs, capturing the spirit of sand and surf in the warm California sun. It was handcrafted by members of the KTLA-5 family, led by senior designer Kevin Bolliard, and ably assisted by Yolanda Santana-Santillan, Randall Racino, and Doug Hummel. Together, the float was an opportunity for KTLA staff to get together and have some socially distant fun in the sun, in keeping with the Summer in SoCal theme. Since 1947, KTLA-5 has broadcast the Tournament of Roses Parade in all its splendor and pageantry, to the delight of untold millions of viewers. Our entry is meant to pay tribute to that 73-year partnership between KTLA-5 and the Tournament of Roses Parade.
My name is Jackson Joyce. My family made a float called Hope Outside My Window. We live in Austin, New York, and love to watch the Rose Bowl parade on TV. It's my grandma's favorite day of the year. I came up with the idea because when I look outside my window, I see happy things in my yard, and I want people to know that there's still hope. My grandma made all the flowers out of paper, and then we made a flower box out of bark from our tree in our yard. I wanted a rainbow, because it's happy. And of course, there's always gold at the end of a rainbow. My favorite thing about making this float was spending a lot of time with my family and doing art projects.
Smile, Jackson.
I hope you like our float and that everyone is safe and happy. We can all be together soon.
Hi everybody, and this is my float, and my name is Jay. My float is called the Star Wars tank because it has stars, tissue paper on the side, and I used tissue paper and a cardboard box and a boba cap, and also I used a noodle holder for the bottom, and we also used a tissue paper roll and wrapped it with tissue paper, and it's for the plastic. And thank you for listening, and this is how
Do you have a theme for your float?
To make it look like a backyard.
And what inspired you to theme it into a backyard?
Just thought by myself.
So how'd you make
I used a bunch of flowers to make it look nice. I used a succulent for the tree. I used just some cardboard for the house. I made a flower block for the windows. I used stringers and pom-poms for the back.
Anything else that you really love about your float?
Oh yeah. In the back of my truck that was pulling this, I put flowers in the back to make it have a nice little design. That's about it. Oh yeah. And I used a cross because it was a nice detail and show that I'm a Christian.
When Kaylee was deciding what her float should be, the decision wasn't hard to make.
Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm 8 years old. The theme for my float I picked was hot Cheetos. I love to eat them, and at school I'm best known for Hot Cheeto Girl.
So, my name is Joey Pacific, and my favorite theme are hopes. And my favorite float is Girls and Young Banana.
Looms for Lupus, needing a community of hope float, was created by Juana Mata and her grandson. Juana is a lupus warrior. She was inspired to create this float to raise awareness for lupus. The wolf in Latin means lupus. Its body is covered in chia seeds, the head with cinnamon, and the heels with black pepper. The butterflies represent the 5 million people living with lupus worldwide. The shade, made out of palm tree, provides shade for sun sensitivity. Flowers symbolize hope, and around the float are fresh white flowers and fern. The knitted butterfly is a form of therapy to relieve stress. Purple is the color representing May Lupus Awareness Month.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Smith and I'm 11 years old. This is my dolphin float. I made this because I really like dolphins, and there's a lot of plastic in the ocean, and they eat the plastic by sticking it for food. When the dolphins eat the plastic, they choke. My float can rock back and forth like a wave. Everyone, my name is Carmela, and how I made my Rosebud Parade float is I put my Barbie car under here, and I got a big black box that I use for my castle, and I got my little fairy garden, and I got flowers, and what I did is I put my fairy garden and my flowers over here and over here, and I glued the flowers to the fence. And
Did you make the sign?
I made the sign, and my mom helped me with it. Bye.
From the Little Princess there, and in the front it says Le Petit Prince. This is the Little Princess planet, and this is the sun. Thank you.
Here is Amber Karami's entry. It's a dedication to her sister, who she says is the best. In addition to cardboard, hot glue, paper, tape, and wooden roses, Amber used baking soda and vinegar to produce an endothermic chemical reaction to represent a confetti cannon. Very clever, and she gives a shout out to Mrs. Hicks. I'm guessing that's her science teacher.
One thing everyone seems to be missing is the way sports bring us together. Check out these entries.
This is called A Pirate at Home in Dodger Country, created by the Picnic Neat family. You will see a secluded log cabin at home in Dodger Country, 6 feet or more from anyone else on the other side of the rainbow fence, that is. In the yard, you'll see not only an outhouse, but a birdhouse as well, making this 3 houses in one. Look closer and you'll see a pirate in the front yard. And even though there is no bad boy or Batman nearby, you'll see a lovely robin has landed nearby. This float was inspired by social distancing and the great outdoors. You'll even see some lovely wildlife, a little dragon in the yard. The rainbow fence is a bright pop of color, and the pirate, well, my mom's a pirate fan. So you can find us here logging the hours until the boys in blue return.
Thank you to Anne and Haley Landingham for this one. They were excited to contribute their Olympic Dreams float, which features competitive roller skating. It's a sport they both love, and they hope soon it will be accepted as a summer sport at the International Olympic Committee. Nice work.
The Olympic Dream Float is presented by Haley Landingham of Beaumont, California. The doll is dressed in a hot pink roller figure skating dress that's an exact replica of Haley's competition dress. Our skater even has a band-aid on her knee because skating on asphalt and cement while rinks are closed due to COVID-19 is a little painful when you take an occasional fall. But you can't stop training when you have Olympic dreams.
Let's play ball! Only they didn't get to. But this next float, created by Joseph and Alan Schneider, is in honor of Joseph's high school baseball team. Even though they didn't have the chance to play this season, it sure did inspire a nice-looking float. All of us soccer fans will love this one. It comes from 9-year-old Alexa from Chino Hills, California. She built this float as a dedication to the United States women's national soccer team and Alex Morgan, who've inspired her to be the best soccer player she can be. The team has shown Alexa that she can do anything as long as she works hard. Yes, you can. Go, Alexa. This float is appropriately named Girls in Science. It was created by Aline Kojikian, an 8th grader at St. Gregory Hovsepian School. Aline was inspired by her passion for science to create this float to show girls that, as she says, they can and should be involved in the world of science. The Anderson family has titled their float Our Lovin' Oven. It's a tribute to their very own 1948 O'Keefe and Merritt oven. It's created here using an Amazon delivery box. Don't we all have our fair share of those? Really clever, beautiful roses too from their garden.
The Immortality of Positivity float was created by Estela Mata and her daughters Cassidy and Isabella Carcamo. We were inspired to create this float to remind everyone that regardless of our challenges, remaining positive is key. In the center, we have a tree of life that is covered with fresh avocado tree leaves. The bark is covered with lentils. The sunflower is covered with lima beans and black beans. The butterflies symbolize endurance, change, hope, and life. The river is accented by fresh weeds. The live flower plot is covered with white basmati rice and sunflower seeds. The float is covered in moss and enhanced and accented by artificial flowers and butterflies. In the back, we have artificial leaves, fresh weeds, and fresh fern. This is the Immortality of Positivity float. Regardless of what we may be facing, together we will rise.
Hi, my name is Eva, and I made a Rose Parade float, but it's kind of mini. I have this float, and the theme is it's practically like a garden or like nature. And also the materials I used were some berries. I used a lot of flowers. I used some leaves, and the way it's like the regular Rose Parade floats is they all have like a bottom. Like an inside. It's kind of like a skeleton, but it's for a float. So like what I used was a box, and then what makes it a real Rose Parade float is by decorating it with things from nature. Here's some close-ups of the important things. Thank you.
Barbie's room, and I can pull it with this piece of string, and from all the string, I'm gonna pull it, and there's some circles and glitter, and Barbie's sitting on there. We didn't glue her down, we just taped her down so we can just pull her back up. And her shoes aren't glued or taped, they're just sitting on there. And then I add these little things around her room, and then I added a flag that says Barbie's room. Hello, and welcome to the Rosebud Parade. Next up, we have Small Town America. We built it ourselves. Woo!
Thank you for watching.
Good night, America.
Hi, I'm Riley and I made my uni float, and it's made of tissue paper, and we painted it, and we added some ears with cardboard and a horn and eyes with stickers, and my squishies are inside it, and my brother used his Remote Control card and pull it. Thank you.
Hello, this is our float. It's called Springtime in a Bottle, and we decided to use the items that we had in our house. We painted bottles,
Mom did all the hard work.
and we're using Barbie to pull the float.
Now let it sing.
And we made the flowers with these fuzzy, twisty, and we also painted the box, the pack that it came in, the bottles came in.
Sucker. Now can you?
And we glued some flowers.
It was actually on there.
These next few floats are out of this world.
Nine-year-old Josh Smith tells us that autism is his superpower. And that sounds about right to us, Josh. Speaking of superpowers, check out his Star Wars-themed float.
My name is Anna. This is my float. My float's name is Out of This World. What inspired me to do this is NASA. I've always dreamed of working at NASA. On my float, there are the 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Also on my float are the Sun and an astronaut holding the American flag.
Chose this theme Star Wars because I love Star Wars and it was one of the biggest hits of my childhood. I also chose them because I had many Star Wars figures lying around, so I would use them because it was also a great detail and show that I love Star Wars, and my personality is I also love Star Wars. And the biggest quote, "May the Force be with you."
Hi, my name is Victoria Miranda Cardenas, and I'm a 2nd grader at Royal Oaks STEAM Academy. I'm also in Mrs. Koberg's class. This is one of my projects that we're supposed to be doing. It's a solar system float. The materials I used are cotton balls, balloons, a cardboard box, colorful paper, glitter glue, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and those sticks that hold the balloons that are supposed to be the planets.
Inspired by people's big dreams, Dylan Garrett built this moon buggy for his float, titled Intergalactic Dreams. We are going to be looking for you in space, Dylan. And hello to your quarantined kindergarten class of 2020, by the way.
Hi everybody, I'm Dylan. I'm about to show you my Rosebud Parade float. This is my moon buggy float. It's sponsored by Intergalactic Space Travel. And one day I dream that I will get to fly in space. My moon buggy is made out of like recycled stuff, like my juice cup lids, toys, and paper towel rolls, and there's rope and some tape and cardboard.
Wow, what creativity, what fun. You guys are amazing. Stay with us, more to come.
This is my Hot Wheels float, and I like it because I play with them every day, and I build it all by myself.
Here we go, beware. This float, which features a pirate's new home, was created by Benjamin and Mason Platt. And here they are to tell us about their entry.
This is the float we built. It's called A Pirate's New Home. The idea is basically like a pirate ship. It's wet and there's sea life on it, and then the pirates put their new home. You could see the zip line. It's like the hardest part. I changed the roof up a little on one of the towers.
Hi, my name is David Thaxton. With the 2021 Rose Parade theme, Dream, Believe, Achieve, celebrating education, I chose to use Legos. And my float theme is moving our children forward through transportation, education, recreation. School bus for transportation. A classroom for education. And a playground for recreation. Happy New Year!
This is my float for the Rosebud Parade. It is called the Road to Imagination. We have the cardboard horse and the pipe cleaner girl, and they're going on an adventure in their flower carriage. I call it the Road to Imagination because they are riding on a road and all of these floats are super imaginative. That is my Rosebud float. I hope you like it.
Hi!
I'm Ivy. I'm Hazel.
And I'm Carrie, and
welcome
to Lemon Land!
Welcome to Lemon Land! So we'll be your host.
This is the Lemon Land amusement park. Here is the Lemon Loop and the Lemon Drop Coaster.
And the lemon slide. And don't forget the zip line,
the Guzzler, and
the
Lemon Toast Bumper Boats.
Lemon Toast Bumper Boats.
Let's see it move.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Heather Coles. My theme for my float is Covered Wagon because it makes happiness all around. It's made out of pipe cleaners, foam core, plastic circles, sticky foam, artwork, and 2 Star Wars dudes, which are the drivers. Thanks.
This one comes from 9-year-old Isabella. She's from Santa Monica, California. She really loves camping. That's the inspiration for her float. Look how she used a cracker box as her base. Then she covered it with construction paper, faux and real leaves, pom-pom pieces, and the ever-popular popsicle sticks. It's great.
June's inspiration was the City of Torrance's 2020 Rose Parade float entry, a Japanese garden. She combined the blossoming cherry trees with bonsai. Her father grew bonsai. The bonsai tree is made from newspaper, bamboo skewers, masking tape, acrylic paint, and the blossoms are popcorn. The flowers on the tree were brushed with eyeshadow, and green construction paper covers the shoebox base that's sitting on her son's skateboard.
Whether they're keeping us company as pets or running wild in nature, animals are the perfect subject for a float.
This float is all about animals. It's my love about animals. So I wanted to capture all of my favorite animals in it. And I also used some Lego figures as people, as that person is a elephant, and I have a bunch of dogs, and I have dogs, cats, a penguin, and a dolphin. Thank you.
Look at this one featuring animals of the world. Thank you to Jessica Liu, a 3rd grader, for this float. There you see a camel, a koala, and a panda, all representing Egypt, Australia, and China.
This is my float, the animals of the world. I use stuffed animals. There is a camel, a koala with a baby, and a panda. I use cardboard, paint, stuffed animals, tape, and glue. I a tree house for the animals to play in. I built this float with my family.
This is Jordan Scott's float. It is a giraffe. It is made out of cardboard and egg carton
A box.
and plants
And a box.
and a box and pipe cleaners.
Wait, which one's the pipe
It
cleaner?
is inspired by his friend
Zayla.
Gerald.
And we added the appendices
The antennas.
and the hair so he could be like this.
Anything else you want to say?
Oh, one more thing. And these are the plant things that we painted. It's the grass that he's standing in.
This is me and my sister's float built out of Lego. What inspired us is because of nature. We should all be one in nature, and people destroy trees, and we don't want that happening.
Seeing just shows how you can be one with nature by reading books, going on bike rides, riding horses, and just being one with it without destroying it.
Yep, enjoying nature for who it is, or what it is. And the animals represent life. There's life in nature, and if we keep cutting down trees, we destroy that life that the animals need to live.
Hi, my name is Lila Alvarez. My float is called Animal Parade. Nature inspired me to make this float, and I used green paint, flowers, fake grass, plants from my backyard, and some fake plastic animal figurines.
This is my owl. He is a leaf owl. I made him out of painted leaves, painted green. Leaves is the head. I made him out of a plastic bottle for the body. And he has eyes and a cute nose. And he's an owl. So, yeah. And then I'm gonna make him move. Let's just... Yeah, so that's my owl. I am 4 years old. I go to Claiborne School.
Claire, what is the theme of your float?
Be kind, be happy, be true. Be true, be happy, be...
What did you put on the float, Claire?
Flowers and a beehive and a bee and a gibbon tree.
The Padilla family loves visiting our national parks and exploring nature. And during this stay-at-home order, they've kept busy by walking in their neighborhood and painting rocks. So when they saw news of the Rosebud Parade on Facebook, they decided to build their float using the theme Nature Rocks. They used cardboard, painted rocks, soil, and other natural materials they found around their home to build this float. It's fantastic. They put it all on top of a doll car. Love it. So many wonderful entries we have for this year's Rosebud Parade, our first ever, including this one from the Delgatti family. We've all gotten to know Zoom during this time at home, so that's what inspired them to make their float called Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. More than ever, we're relying on technology to stay connected, so the Delgattis figured they'd use a Zoom call to say hello to the world. Great work.
The 5-year-old Curly twins describe their dinosaur cool float with a little help from Mom.
I'm Xander. I'm Grayson.
And what's this?
Rosebud
Parade.
Parade.
Yep. What is it?
Dinosaur float. With some rocks. Volcano.
What kind of dinosaur is the first? Go from the front.
Brontosaurus. Spinosaurus. T-Rex.
And what's on the outside?
Trees. Volcano box.
Where's the volcano?
Back here.
Yep. And what else?
Rocks. Brontosaurus is eating tree. And yeah, wheels on. Those guys are fighting. One's trying to bite the T-Rex's hand, and the T-Rex is trying to eat the Spinosaurus. And there's a Jeep right here.
That's pulling the float?
Yep.
Got it.
There we go.
You guys proud of your float?
Yeah.
Good. Say thank you.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Chloe, and today I built a Rosebud Parade float, and I picked LOL because LOLs are my favorite dolls to play
Hello from the SoCal Mini Horse Sanctuary located in Hemet, California. Our volunteers, our rescue angels, have created a mini float for the 2020 Rosebud Parade. We used a feed wagon from the barn decorated with spring color, handmade tissue flowers, storage crates, and real carrots and apples. Our signs are covered in couscous, split pea, red beans, pumpkin seeds, and paprika. All of our beautiful rescue horses, hi Stan, hello Wally, hello Razor, Lacey, Sky, are covered with fresh roses on their manes. Our mini horse topiary was repurposed from a past fall fundraising event. We cleaned it up and added about 300 colorful handmade tissue flowers. Thank you to the Tournament of Roses for sponsoring this fun and creative outlet during this very trying times of COVID-19.
Hi, this is my big Rosebud Parade float, and there's Mason's float, the one with the fake flowers and the lizard in it, from Monsters Inc. And then here is my gigantic float. Now, I'm going to be doing a big thank you for the moms at the end. Here we go. So right here, I think we can definitely see a fake flowers and some real leaves. Then we have some cute little bush. You can see here. Yeah. Little bush. Right there. And then I'm going to be pointing out a little pixie on a little leaf bed. There's a pixie, well, more of a fairy, hanging around, flying, and right near that tree. Yep. Big. So the leaves are is coffee filters, and then the flowers are tissue paper. And the trunk is made out of lots and lots and lots of brown construction paper. And then here's all the big leaves right in the front there. And then here's a lot of leaves and Nathan float too. There's a few details in there. I think you can see all the little tissue paper flowers. They're really cute.
My name is Mari and my float is called Blossoming Cliffs. The animals on the float are a snow leopard, a rabbit, a fox, and an Arctic wolf. I used silk flowers, braided ribbon, printer paper, and feathers to decorate my rosebud float.
The next float, and the next float is called Gibbons. Shores of I think I see it by the bend now. You see?
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. As we could see, we see that the letters of hope, shores of hope actually, are made by seaweed, dry seaweed, and quinoa is the sand. Now, if you look at that, we have the beautiful white flowers are the foam of the ocean. This is an island. Far, far away, we see the husk. That's the sun in the sunset. The succulents are the actual tides coming in. And of course, the foliage from the garden is the beautiful, beautiful island remembrance we all have. And we've seen this float. Oh my, it goes so quickly. It goes so quickly away from us. But look at the detail. Wow, how beautiful. And at the end, it leaves us with this heart. Because once again, never lose hope.
My, what a beautiful float that was, right, Max? Yes, it was. Well, we hope that you're enjoying the Rosebud Parade.
Infinite love. This is a representation of infinite love. A reminder to always give love, spread love, and peace throughout the world. The base is made from a shipping box and covered with green paper and a green exercise band. The heart is shaped from a clothes hanger wrapped with brown pipe cleaners with fresh roses attached. May the fresh roses remind us to always stop and pause during the day and enjoy what life gives us and brings us. May we always try to spread our love to whomever we meet. This float is simple, and yet it is a symbolic representation of what we must do to continue our growth and spread infinite love.
Hello, my name is Mona, my guardian. The title of my float is Hope. The reason I did this float is because during these dark times, I want to know that there's hope in the world. By using my dreams and my imagination, I wanted to get into another world besides home. My dream was being in a garden field looking at the sky. What I used for my project is orange lentils, brown lentils, cotton balls, wheat and buckwheat, sunflower seeds, garden leaves, and garden flowers.
She used moss, toy fairies, some glitter, and battery-operated lights. And isn't it amazing? This is from 12-year-old Kalia. She made this float with her grandmother. She calls it Here Comes the Sun. And Kalia hopes to remind all of us that the sun will come out again, and there are better days ahead. You're right. We are so impressed and inspired by the entries in our Rosebud Parade. Like this one, it's from Greg Nazarian. He's a 6th grader, and he was inspired by the COVID-19 pandemic and those who have been affected by the virus.
Hello, my name is Greg Nazarian, and this is my float. My float's name is Light of the Global Pandemic. My float was inspired by the pandemic COVID-19 and how people were affected by this virus and people who have lost their lives. This pole with the light means that hope that we could get through this together. It's also a memorial of the people who have passed away. Of course, we can't forget about our heroes who have risked their lives and put their time into researching and saving people's lives who have been infected by the coronavirus. These are the countries that have been mostly infected by the virus, and mostly the people who have lost their lives. I hope you guys liked my project, and thank you.
Okay, so
first are mini floats that we made at home since we can't really decorate floats at the float place. So first we have Home Sweet Home, then we have our outdoors where we want to be, and it's called Outdoor Fun. So I hope we can be here soon.
Float title: A Whole New World. Theme: Celebrating Survivors. This float celebrates the survivors around the world who were affected by coronavirus. On the float, 3 on front wearing medical face masks for health protection. Colorful people joining hands with planet Earth in the middle. Materials: paper, clean white napkins, clay, markers, moss.
Built by the Wilson family of Dayton, Ohio, this float is themed There's No Place Like Home. The float was created using all natural materials like the big floats on New Year's Day. Let's hear how this float came to life.
Hi everyone, this is the Wilson family float. There's no place like home. We were inspired by the current COVID situation we find ourselves in, where there is truly no better place to be than home. My house is a cardboard frame covered with coarse kosher salt, chia seeds for the brick and mortar, Japanese nori sheets for the roofing, cinnamon for the wood trim, garlic salt for the glass windows, oregano leaves, and actual trimmings of bushes for the greenery. The camping trailer is made of rice, red lentils, green split peas, black peppercorn, sesame seeds, and a kidney bean for the door. The roses are in a rainbow arrangement to remind us that there will be better days. A rainbow at the end of this storm.
Stay strong. Do it for me.
This is our submission for the Rosebud Tournament. Hopefully we could all work together. Go.
This rockin' float is themed The Concert of Flora and Fauna, and it's built by Raquel, a 6th grader at Los Osos Middle School. At the center of the float are models of the beetles, which were made from shells that her sister let her borrow. The blue paper below them looks a lot like the sea and covers the float. The flowers lining the sides of the float are the flora. And just when they had thought they'd finished, they felt like something was missing, so they began adding extra small parts, such as the back paddles and even more flowers than were being used before. The Zamora family created a float to honor basketball great Kobe Bryant. The float is covered in purple and gold with Kobe's jersey numbers prominently placed in the center of the court. Mamba, Kobe's nickname, is written on the basketball hoop. Their float is sparkling with glitter paper, popsicle sticks, and beautiful white flowers.
My name is Amanda White, and I live in Poway near Scripps Ranch. I volunteer taking care of their horses during the Rose Parade. I enjoy all the floats because I love flowers and arranging them. The floats are stunning, but my favorite part of the parade are the horses. My float entry in the Rosebud Parade was inspired by Flurry. She's been in the Rose Parade more than 12 times. She's one of my favorite horses, and I hope to ride her in the Rose Parade someday. Not all horses like to be fussed over, but Flurry loves the attention. I bathe her, clean her ears, brush her, polish her hooves, and weave fresh flowers into her mane and tail. In addition to being pampered, she's a show-off in the parade. I named my float after her. I call it Flurry's Garden, because it's decorated with flowers from the ranch where she lives. They include yellow daisies, red and pink geraniums, purple statice flowers, aeonium blooms, golden yarrow, 3 types of aloe blooms, and hydrangea. The flower containers are natural gourds decorated with Mediterranean fan palm seeds, Canary Island palm tree berries, and pink peppercorns from California pepper trees. All of them, even the wildflowers, grow in Flurry's garden.
Going to the Rose Parade on New Year's Day has been a tradition in the Watkins-Hanson family for generations. This float was built in memory of Lavius Brendan, a family member who tragically died in 2016. But before his death, he told his mother he hoped his daughter would enjoy the parade as much as he did. And she hasn't missed a parade. The float represents the corner of Holliston and Colorado, where the family sits each year as the parade marches by. The girl's father enjoyed riding his skateboard before the parade, and this one is decorated with mini tortillas, marshmallows, and silly string, another tradition on the parade route on New Year's Day.
This is my float. My theme is bees doing bee things. I was inspired by the environment and flowers. This is our main attraction, Beyoncé, the queen bee, sitting on her chair waving to the audience, and the bees wiggling around in the flowers. Everything consists of construction paper, a cardboard base, cardboard chair, felt, hot glue, and fake flowers. That's my float. Thank you and goodbye.
This is my float and it's inspired by Sarah Monty's float. This is my theme. It is Butterflies Rule. I made it with paper, paint, and sequins. And I made some nice butterfly antennas for my dolls. I am Vincent. I am 6 years old, and I am inspired by reading and learning. With this year's parade theme being Dream, Believe, Achieve, a celebration of education, we are recognizing the 2 heroes that bring us the pictures Ordinary People Change the World. Thank you, Brad and Chris, for sharing these inspirational stories with us. Our own White Suitor as our float liaison. Rosebud Parade book. One of my favorite book series is The Ordinary People Change the World. It is written by Brad Meltzer and illustrated by Christopher Eliopoulos. The name of our float is I Am. We used
black beans, and white beans to spell the word I am. In the back is my name, Vincent. We use white beans and split green peas. I am Vincent.
I am Karen.
I am Sean.
We made this.
The Vucci Herrera family was inspired to build this float in hopes of bringing awareness to Mental Health Month. Sitting on top of the float is Snickers, and she is honoring her owner, Michelle Perry, who died by suicide. Also honored on the float are others who have died, including Dr. Lauren Breen, a doctor who treated coronavirus patients before she passed.
And now we have the equestrian team from Huntington Central Park Equestrian Center in Huntington Beach. They are led by the famous dressage trainer, Andy, on Flash, followed by Wendy on Durango, and Vicky on Fred. Here comes Kelly on Traveler. And rounding up the bunch, we have Haley on Olaf and Maddie on Logan. What a beautiful bunch they are.
Dive into some fun with these floats, which depict life under the sea.
Gwen was inspired by nature and her favorite class, which is chemistry, to create this float. It's about the hydraulic cycle. She used just items from her home, got a little help from her father, and she made a diorama out of newspaper and plaster cloth. She used paint and glue to replicate water. We like your dog too, Gwen.
The name of our entry is Staying Afloat 2020. Our team is Lacey, Louise, Carly, and Kayla. The theme of our entry is the Mermaid Princess trying to stay afloat during turbulent waters on our beautiful seashell ship, towed by the Green Seahorse. Playing on board, we have sea otters catching every wave. They're her pets amongst the seashells she collects as she goes along. The water beneath the boat is all from a green freesia bush. We've put ice plant and seashells all along the outside of the boat. The ice plant, these seashells are from Freeport, Bahamas when we were there on vacation. On the back we have Swarovski crystal, and we have representative of the pearls of the sea in there. We have the queen conch shell, sand dollars lining her bed. And shading her, we have a Scotch pine tree branch, which is giving her cover during the heat of the day.
It was all hands on deck for the Mata family, who worked together to bring us Ocean Dreams.
Ocean Dreams float was created by Hector, Anita, and Araceli Mata. The idea was inspired by the hope for our children to dream bigger than the sky and deeper than the ocean. The design has a great blend of natural plants along with kid creativity. The kids were all hands on deck with their handcrafted octopus, oysters, and sea urchin. Look at that amazing detail. The succulents featured are from the exotic area of the front yard. The fresh white flowers are grown with love from the joyful destination of Grandma's house. The colorful jellyfish and coral are locally grown in our very own living room aquarium. And if you look closely, you will recognize some familiar faces that have made our ocean floor their new home.
Hello, we are the McNabb family, and this is our float under the sea. We have an orange starfish made with cardboard and orange peels. We also have seagrass made from grass with our backyard, painter's tape and angle brackets, and connected using command strips. We have some sardines made with aluminum foil and cardboard. We also have a toy ship that we built and a Lego scuba diver gripping onto it, a treasure box, and some coral, which is cardboard, spray painted, and then flower petals attached. We also have a moving yellow submarine, which uses a battery-powered train in the tracks. We have the treasure box, which is cardboard covered with a cinnamon and cocoa powder blend. And this whole float is inspired by Yellow Submarine, a song from the Beatles. And that is our float.
Hi, my name is Radine, and this is my Rosebud float under the sea. I was inspired by Cal Poly's Under the Sea float from this year's Rose Parade, and I was lucky enough to get to help decorate that float, and two of my favorite parts were the octopus and the turtle. So I put them on top of my float to show that I also based it off of that float. And then, so this float is to teach people that we need to protect our marine wildlife, because if we don't, in a few centuries, it will all be gone. So I hope you really liked my Under the Sea float.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Rivera. I decided to do a sea life themed float. I decided to do this because I wanted to raise awareness about the harmful pollution that is in the ocean. As you can see in the videos, there are stuffed animals that represent creatures in the ocean. In the back of the float, there is a plastic water bottle, a straw, gloves, and masks, which is very harmful to them. With this pandemic, we have to wear masks and gloves, but some people have made the decision to not properly dispose of them. Some people have thrown them on the streets, which will eventually go to the ocean. This will harm the animals, and perhaps they could die. This is why we must be responsible of throwing our trash appropriately. We must protect the sea creatures and help stop pollution.
So, today's my Rosebud Parade float, everybody! Woohoo! Now, here is Mermaid Rock. All the mermaids come here to sit. Here are all the shells. See? In the middle of the sand heart is there. It's the water stone, a precious jewel held by the queen. Queen Calissa is the blue mermaid on Mermaid Rock. Mermaid Rock has some stretches on it too. Guess what? The rainbow up there is actually the sun. It looks like a rainbow. Guess what? More about that. So, there's a wishing well, there's a mermaid castle, crystal rock, there's even Sparkle Peak. And there's paths to everywhere, obviously, because how else would you see where you were going? And look, our nice audience here. Woo-woo! Hey! Yoo-hoo! We love your float! Woo! And the other audience here. Woohoo! Oh wow! They seem to really like my float, just like me. Bye for now.
Fairy Tale Dreams was created to honor my father's vision of the jack-o'-lantern as performance art. For more than 60 years, the pumpkins my family created for Halloween pushed the edge, entertaining neighborhood children and adults alike. Volunteering for the Pasadena Tournament of Roses and building floats for the La Cañada Flint Ridge Tournament of Roses Association took my jack-o'-lanterns to another level. This 2-foot-long, 1-foot-wide, and 18-inch tall recreation of a fairy tale coach was made from a pumpkin, 4 mini pumpkins, and 8 cords. Using a leftover Formica-covered shelf as a base, acrylic craft paint from other projects, and various pom-poms, pipe cleaners, and silk leaves from my 50-year-old store of craft materials, the coach, steeds, driver mouse, and foot mouse are lit with glow sticks, so that the fairy tale coach glitters using the effects of the iridescent paint and sparkly pipe cleaners.
Themed Making New Friends in the Community, Stephanie Brock is celebrating man's best friend. Stephanie tells us what materials she used to create her float.
Dog owners spend time every day by taking them to the dog park and make new doggy friends. On the float, 3 dogs, a frisbee, tennis ball, bone, park benches, and a water bowl. Materials: paper, clean white napkins, clay. Materials: moss, poppy, flowers, leaves, barks, rocks, roses. Float title: Autism Awareness. Theme: Helpful Minds. The float depicts helping children impact their lives with autism. On the float, children playing on the playground. Materials: cereal box. For base: paper, clean white napkins, clay on human figures displayed, moss, flowers / roses.
This is our float, Gone Mad. Team Hubbard consists of Old Mother Hubbard, Groovy Greg, and their 4 children, Jill, Allie, Owen, and Giovanni. It was inspired by our love of Disney as our family's happy place, especially during a time when we all feel like we are spinning in circles and have all gone just a little bit mad. All the materials were made from repurposed household items. The teacups were made from takeout containers from some of our favorite local restaurants and covered with puzzle pieces from family puzzles from throughout the years. The teapot, which serves as a centerpiece, was made from a milk bottle and paper mache. The paper mache was created from scraps left over from our Pictionary family game nights. The float was pulled by our youngest family member, Giovanni, who generously donated his toys to serve as accent pieces throughout the float. He is anxiously waiting his Rosebud Parade debut.
This is my float. It's called Field on Wheels. I use construction paper, cupcake tins, fake flowers, little blocks, pom-poms, popsicle sticks, and more. Sisters, and for the past few weeks we've been working on this float. It's called How We Roar. It represents how we try to do our best in everything we do. My sister and I are in a dual language program, so she's going to explain the first tier in Spanish. Hola, yo y mi hermana le gusta la escuela. Algunas cosas que usan es un libro, papel, una regla, un lápiz y tijeras. Now I'm going to explain the second tier. So me and my sister both enjoy baking. So we made a bakery out of Legos. We used Shopkins for the people, and we also used the Legos for the tables. And me and my family love sports. My dad's a football coach and we're football fans. And me and my sister both play soccer and softball. So my sister's going to explain the last piece. So for the soccer field, we use whiteout to make the out of bounds lines and the goal lines. And we use straw and strings to make the goals, and we use water balloon pipes and paper to make the flags. And for the softball field, we use popsicle sticks to make the fence. We use whiteout to color in the bases and the baseline, and we use brown paint to make the sand. That's our float. We hope you like it. Bye!
Hello everyone, my name is TJ Nurse and this is my African Savannah float, and I was inspired to make this because I love the colors in the savannah and all the animals, and I was inspired because I learned so much in school because of the savannah. So that's my Rosebud Parade. Bye.
My name is Bonnie Tatuna. I am representing the Tertullian family Rosebud Parade float. Our float is called Save Our Forests. The float is made up of two sides which represent our thriving forests and our forest fires. The right side, the forest fires, is made up of twigs and branches covered in a thin coat of black paint, symbolizing our burning forests like the Australia fires that took place this year. The left side represents our healthy green forests that provide oxygen to our world and maintains our wildlife habitat. Here we have ferns representing the forest floors. Let's all make sure we do our part in saving our forests.
Our Rosebud Parade float entry is titled Our Nearest and Dearest Neighbors. Over the course of quarantine, our family has enjoyed many visits from hummingbirds, orioles, and even some tanagers. Our beautiful neighbors brighten our day whenever they come by, and we have even more opportunity than ever to catch their visits now that we're all staying home safe. The orioles are visitors year after year. They know they're welcome here, so of course they have names. Raul and Consuela have been visiting us for 3 years, and Diego and Luz are more recently made friends. The birds are all made from paper mache. The chassis of the float is a rolling suitcase padded with styrofoam sections from a box covered by an old fitted sheet. The body of the float is decorated with yard trimmings from our bougainvillea, rosemary, and ferns. It's all held together with wire from Halloween costumes from past years. From the Raymond family in Montrose, we hope everybody is staying safe at home. Happy Rosebud Parade!
These next floats were inspired by some classic moments from Rose Parade's past.
Next up on our Rosebud Parade, we have this gorgeous butterfly car. It was created by Chelsea and her grandmother. So Chelsea, take it away.
Hi, my name is Chelsea, and this is my butterfly car for the Rose Parade that I made with my grandma Becky, staying home safe from the coronavirus.
Hi, my name is Leanne Uresi, and I am in the 6th grade at St. Gregory of Sundown School. I decided to recreate the float Sea Dreams that was in the 1996 Rose Parade. The theme of that year was Kids, Laughter, and Dreams, and it was built by the Lock Indiana Flint Ridge. This float actually also won the Animation Award. The reason I chose to do this float was because when my dad was around my age, he actually worked on it for several hours and days, and it had special meaning to me because he actually worked on it too. The meaning of this float is that there's a big cute purple dragon and there's 2 kids on the sea trying to look at it, but they can't see it even though it's right in front of them. And the meaning I interpreted from this is that the big dragon is the virus that's going on right now, and we can't, even though it's right in front of us, we can't really see it, and the kids are trying to make the best. We're trying to make the best out of it and have as much fun as possible. The materials I used were flowers and leaves I had around the house, and a dragon and 2 dwarfs as a kid, and the purple construction paper I used. Each float has their own name on the front. They have to have it, so I wrote the Sea Dreams. I also got the date on the exact place it is on the actual float, 1996. And I also tried to get exact designs on the dragging as much as possible, which is hard. Thank you for your time.
Team preschool teachers proudly present the 2020 Rosebud Court, enjoying some fun in the sun. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the court. Queen Snickers sits top left. Then there's Princess Cinderella, which is top right, Princess Lily, bottom left, and Princess Holly, bottom right. Team preschool teachers knew they wanted to present something fun but iconic and decided it wouldn't be a true Rose Parade without a court.
This is my float. This float was inspired by the float of the Rose Court. In the back, you see the Rose Queen with all her princesses all around her. The materials I used for this float are fake flowers, leis, boxes, clay, Legos, and tissue paper.
This next float was built by a team of Pasadena residents. They are celebrating how in these challenging times we're all doing our best. Everyone's a wiener. Pulling the float is 16-year-old Meyer, a mini Dutch hound, whose outfit features the float sponsor on one side and the Tournament of Roses logo on the other. They use a variety of materials, including a children's toy snail as the base, because life is not a race, and even if you are a snail, you are a winner. The float includes silk flowers and a garden decor item to hold the themed banner. The Van Dyke family float is titled the Clydesdale, with Murphy Van Dyke as the local Clydesdale. Now, Murphy is also serving as the marshal as he guides the float down Orange Grove Boulevard. Both the Rose Parade and the Rose Bowl game have been a family tradition for many, many years, and the family loves to see all the floats, bands, and equestrian units on New Year's Day. The Van Dykes know it's a parade when they see the Grand Clydesdale's horses walking by, which they have been doing so in the Rose Parade for 67 years, dating way back to 1953.
They have been selected to participate in our 2021 Rose Parade. The Banda de Musica La Primavera from Panama created this spectacular float, which is shown traveling down the Rose Parade route. It's titled Colors of the World, Dreams of the Universe. They made it using Lego pieces and artificial roses. The float shows the flags of Panama, the United States, and the province of Veraguas, which is where this band is from, as well as flora and fauna with origins in Panama.
We got entries from around the world. Here are some submissions that celebrate a few of our favorite destinations.
My name's Alfred Vartanyan.
And mine is Ellen Vartanyan.
Our float is based on the 5 most beautiful things in Armenia and its culture.
Coming in 5th place is Armenian tapestry and clothing because they're made with very intricate and colorful designs and patterns. Some of them are even based on history or religion.
The 4th most beautiful thing in Armenia is Lake Sevan. It is the largest lake in the Caucasus, and its name means life-giving sweet water.
Coming in 3rd place is the Armenian people itself because it's very beautiful and powerful how we can all come together to fight for one cause.
The 2nd most beautiful thing in Armenia is Mount Ararat. Though it is located in Turkey, it acts as a very important symbol in Armenian culture because it is believed that Noah's Ark rested on Mount Ararat.
And coming in 1st place is our monument, our genocide monument, because this was actually a very important moment in Armenian history where 1.5 million Armenians were killed. Thank you for your time.
Hi, Tournament of Roses. This is our entry into the Rosebud Parade. This is our homage to the theme parks of Southern California. We miss you. We know you miss us. But while we're staying at home, staying safe, we've got all of you to keep us company. So thanks for everything you're doing. And when you're ready to open up and see us again, we'll be ready too. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Nathan Martin, and the theme of my float is called Saltaraba. I made it out of foam, colored it with paint, and with the construction paper, I cut up bells. And got some real grass from my backyard. What inspired me to move this theme was the love for the Armenian people that died and got buried. The Battle of Sardarabad was a battle of Caucasus campaign of World War I that took place near Sardarabad in Armenia.
This is our float. The family Gonzalez and Hernandez have, our inspiration is from things that we miss the most: school with our friends, the beach, Pismo, camping, hiking, the nature, and definitely Disney.
Just spectacular, isn't it? The music, the colors, all that tradition. This float was made by the Aguiluchos Marching Band Puebla from Mexico, which was part of our 2020 Rose Parade. We loved them. The float includes rice, coffee beans, fabric, and pins honoring Rose Parades from the past. Very creative, very beautiful.
We can't thank our frontline workers enough for all they're doing to fight this virus and keep our essential institutions running during this pandemic. These floats demonstrate our gratitude.
Hello, this is our float titled Hearts for Heroes. This float is inspired by our appreciation and support for the grocery store workers, delivery people, hospital staff, and other essential workers out there during this crisis. We made our float with the Rose Parade guidelines in mind and used almost all natural materials. We created a silhouette of a human heart out of wire and weaved thick grass blades to create a nice base for our flowers and shells as decoration. As some final touches, we propped up our heart in a pot of soil and stuck some wire hearts into our display. We hope you enjoy our float and stay safe.
My name is Leeza and today I will talk about my project that I and my family made for the Rose Parade. So, as you can see, this is my project. The title of my project is Hope and Believe. So, the theme of my project is doctors, nurses, medical assistants, and other people that help in the hospital. What inspired me is all the things that are happening now, such as COVID-19 and other diseases. So, I got inspired because I would like to appreciate them because they risk their life every day and take care of people when they need it.
The One Legacy and Donate Life Float, Stronger Together, is honoring the gift of life given by organ donors and the appreciation of those who receive the gift of life. Now here's a fun fact about this float. It was made with things found in the office: a cardboard box, blue and green banners and flowers, and dolls to reflect the medical staff, and, of course, real roses to honor our donors.
This float features red and pink roses representing courage and gratitude. The courage of donors who have said yes to donation and who have, after life, given that gift of life to others to organ and tissue donation. We represent it with the individually dedicated roses that you can see here from one of our frontline staff holding them. And we also want to show our gratitude and the courage that our medical professionals have, especially now in these uncertain times. They are doing everything above and beyond their call of duty to save lives. They work closely with One Legacy to make sure that organ donation is possible and that people can receive that gift of life. To the back, and of course we want to add a little bit of bubbles to show that courage and hope and gratitude. We want to thank our donors, and of course we want to make sure and leave you with a message. Register today, registerme.org as an organ and tissue donor.
Hi, my name is Otis. I built a float with my grandma for the mini Rose Parade. This is the cannon. It shoots hearts to the patients that have COVID-19 and the doctors that are treating the person. These are doctors and nurses. We made the red crosses with duct tape. The base of the ship was based on the Mercy Hospital ship. I'll show you how you shoot the cannon.
The Garrity family is proud to present their float, Soaring into Better Days, as a thank you to all the essential workers and a preview of the eventual exciting adventures ahead. We used foam board, hinges, paper mache, paper towels, crepe paper, and some old-fashioned Elmer's and hot glue to create our float. We hope you enjoy it, and special thanks to all the essential workers keeping us safe and healthy. God bless you all.
At 12 years old, Mary Sally made the Center of Los Angeles float to represent the culture and simply just the amazingness of Los Angeles. Her float includes a nod to the Dodgers, the Los Angeles Police Department, nurses, and of course, Hollywood. Here's float builder Michael Lee to show us his creation titled Heroes Float.
I have the policeman, the doctor, and the farmer, because those are the people who help us. Watch. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Words to Inspire is the perfect theme for this float. Linda and Peachy built a float that is dedicated to the many, many people who have provided safety and have given so selfishly to help save and protect others. Items from their garage and yard include mood moss, planter rocks, dried orchid flowers, fresh rose petals, fresh rose blossoms, and inspiration rocks. The float is pulled by Peachy, who lovingly helped collect some rocks.
I made a turtle, and I made it out of a lemon that I painted pink with acrylic, and I stick 2 twigs inside of it. And then I got a bunch of cardboard and tape and hot glue gunned it all on. And I made a little another turtle. It's a baby turtle, and it's also made with cardboard, hot glued. The face turtles kind of have like scales. I tried to do it with leaves, hot glued on, and the little eyes and mouth. And then this is an ostrich made out of a lemon and fluff from some fruit thing. I don't know. And that is like some garden thing that we found in our garden. And those are little sleeves on the top of its head. It is painted, and then this is ginger. This is potato, and this is ginger with the little seeds as eyes. So yeah, it's our big, cute float.
Hello, my name's Olivia. Today I want to show you my float. The theme is ice cream. What inspired me is summer, and I added a cat because he wanted to eat the ice cream. I wanted to add a banana split because he likes to, because banana split is very famous to eat in the summer. And I added a little driver and a popsicle from windows. There's a little cat saying, "Oh no, what the heck?" Because he is trying to get up with the ice cream with the other cat. And I added pom-poms for a little ice cream scoops. And then there's another cat that's saying, "Oh my god, this is so much fun." he ate a lot of ice cream. And the tiniest detail is that they have like whipped cream and a cherry on top. And then in the front, there's a little cat that has like in a car that is a real car. And it says Waffle Cat. Thank you and goodbye.
Here comes the Catmobile and is coming in faster, reaching top speeds at 0.62 miles per hour. The Catmobile is a cardboard frame covered with red and white rose petals. The eights were made by cut green leaves, and the leaves make the lightning bolts that propel the Catmobile. The front tires are roses and purple zinnias in the rear. Behind the wheel is Raider the cat, who's the inspiration of the Catmobile, and he is well known as a safe driver.
Stop.
Go.
We're stuck.
There you go.
Can you keep doing it? We're stuck. Looks like we're stuck. Looks like we're stuck.
This is our flow entry for the Rosebud Parade contest. We named it 2019 vs. 2020. Let's take a closer look. This float was inspired by the idea of comparing the lifestyle of people in 2019 versus the lockdown life of 2020. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Hi everyone, this is our parade float. We decided to name it Mar because it's our son's initials for Matthew Alejandro Ramirez. And since we're in the month of May, we wanted to make the theme for Mother's Day. What inspired us to make this float is to celebrate and appreciate all of our mothers in the world. The flowers that you see on this float were made of egg cardboard boxes and material from plastic water bottles. The green leaves were taken from a lemon tree outside our house. And the dirt that you see is actual dirt from the ground. The float itself is an actual shoe cardboard box, and it's mounted on our son's remote control car. What you see closely is it's one of our son's toy, which represents a mom. And this is our parade float. Thank you very much.
The Redless and Keaty families aren't horsing around. Nope, they are socially distancing at their horse ranch in upstate New York, and like many, many households nationwide, have their fair share of Amazon deliveries daily. Well, they repurpose the cardboard boxes and use some pampas grass that grows on the property to creatively decorate their equestrian unit.
Float for the Rose Parade, and we're about to show you now. It was our grandma's idea, so it was like, here's an art task for you, and we did it, and it's amazing. Our grandma and like a lot of our family lives in California. So I made this plane and tank and anglerfish and the car, and Garrett and troops. Float for the Rose Parade, and I'm really proud of it. We've done 4 themes: World War II theme, which is Victory in Europe, and medical and essential workers for the NHS and hospital for coronavirus. This is the Amazon rainforest because it's burning down, and I love rainforest, so I chose it. And we just collected flowers for this one, and we called it World Peace.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
here we come. KTLA Rosebud Parade. Here we go. Here's our float. All done.
The name of this float is Sierra's Sweet Shop, which is perfectly named because Sierra and Kimberly love sweets. Here's Sierra and how she created this sugar-filled float.
My mom and I made a float with the theme of sweets. We first got a cardboard box and wrapped it up. Then we got a cotton ball and we painted it for the cotton candy. Then for the popsicle sticks, lollipops, you got to get a hard circle and a popsicle stick, and then you put them together and tie it. Then for the ice cream, you get Play-Doh, and then you mash it up into scoops. Then for the gumball machine, you get a Christmas ornament.
All the way from Dumfries, Virginia, meet the Sepulveda Family Circus.
Uh-huh. About? Spirit? Uh-huh. Oh, how nice. You use the toys to make it. Yay.
This is our rose float. If you notice that the king of our float is a white cat, and if you notice in the front of our float, we have some of the California state poppy flowers going on here, and other flowers. And this float was designed by Miss Olivia here. Smile, Olivia. Yes, and then in the back we have a lot of decoration. And this is he has abandoned our float, but this is our Rose King, Mr. Ted.
Hi, my name is Diana Kimerton, and this is my project. It's called Armenian Blossom. So the people who helped me in this project are my grandma Leeza and my mom Leeza. So in this project we used a wooden tree. We also used some craft flowers. They are called hydrangeas. Some of the leaves on here are fake and some are real. And we also use craft roses. Over here's a pearl beaded necklace. This reminds us and it represents the people or the victims who passed away in the genocide and are somewhat related to us. Over here are some quotes from William Salomon. And around that are this box. There are people, these flowers represent people. The box represents Armenia and how small it is. Armenia is a very small country, but out of that, it blooms this beautiful tree, and this tree is branching out. It goes everywhere. The flowers represent the people that are going places around the world, and Armenians now are spreaded around the world, like us. So, and I hope you like this project. This project, the theme is basically the rebirth of Armenia, and I hope you like it.
Hi, my name is Rose. This is my float for the Rosebud Parade. Hi, this is my float, and it's about Dragons of Tacos. It's a kid's book. Hi, did you know that I was named after the Rose City, Pasadena?
So what was your idea for this float, Rose?
Dragons Love Tacos.
And how'd you come up with that?
There's this movie called Lego Masters. And I was like, hey, they have to build something like we're kind of building it, but they're building with Legos. But we're not. But I was like saying, their build doesn't really move, but they still have to tell a story about how they're, like what's happening and things. So I thought, maybe our story should also do it too. So we're doing Dragons of Tacos, and there's like this taco thing, and this dragon right here my mom made is trying to eat the taco. So the dragon's like gonna be pretending to like eat the taco.
Talk about what you're doing.
Yeah, we're filling in the tacos things. Like a taco is just not like just a taco shell. You need like ingredients. So right now, I'm taking this fake flour and cutting it for the cheese. And this is my float. It's a Dragon's Tacos float, and we made it out of
paper mache.
Paper mache, and these are like fake berries, and this is like supposed to be. This is a hot sauce bottle that we used, but it was empty, so we used it. So it looked like the dragon was pouring it onto this taco. We have these flowers. These are tomatoes. There's these fake flowers from here, but it's not this flowers. So these are like just fake flower petals for the cheese. And we have some like ride out stuff, and I forget what
mulch.
There's brown stuff called mulch in here, but you can't see. But on the other side, there's a cap. That's the hot sauce cap, and we put little other fruits here.
What other fruits do you have?
I have a lime. I have some tomatoes. There's another lime, and over here by his wing is a avocado. And to make it look more Rose Parade-y, we just stuck some flowers on the sides of our float, like that. And just so everybody knows what it is, on the bottom it says Dragon Loves Tacos with some tacos on the side that I colored. So that's our float.
And here we come! Look at this amazing float! As it comes along the way, it looks like the Disneyland's teacups! Wow! Look at that spin! Amazing!
What I did for my float is I used a remote control car for the movement, and I covered it so it wouldn't so you wouldn't see it. I used little bottoms of Easter eggs for the cups and little metal wire for the handle. I used little Lego guys inside the cups. I hot glued them in so they wouldn't fall off. And I used like little wheels of Legos to make the wheels that turn inside. I made an exit and an entrance, spinning teacups, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
What is your float?
It is the Uniturtle.
It's a uniturtle. Why did you want to make a uniturtle parade float?
Well, my family came up with it.
We all came up with it together. It's the uniturtle of unity, right? Thank you so much for joining us and participating in the first ever virtual Rosebud Parade. From our family to yours, please stay safe, everyone.
I hope that brought a smile to your face as we were able to spread joy thanks to you all over the world with this first ever Rosebud Parade. From my home here to wherever you are tonight, I'm Leeza Gibbons. Thanks so much for joining us. And until we see you next, on behalf of all of the Tournament of Roses, be well and stay safe.
On behalf of our 935 members, I want to thank each and every one of you for contributing over 220 submissions to our first ever Rosebud Parade. And many, many thanks to the Kidspace Museum and to the Kidspace at Home initiative. We couldn't have done it without you. Thanks everyone. See you next time.